Hey, what's going on, everybody? Desir here, and we have a fun one for you today. Today we are going against Pathfinder, and this is actually a rematch. I ended up facing him at the end of Season 7, and he kicked my ass. I'm happy to say that. However, I'm coming back for redemption on this one. It's a new season, we have new teams to play with, so let's see what ends up happening. And just a reminder, if you do find this video useful, you do enjoy it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and check out my opponent, Pathfinder. Pathfinder's coming in at 106 million TCP, so this is going to be about a 12 million punch up for me. Now last time I faced him, I did not have Mephisto yet. Since then, I did get Mephisto, the Illuminati team came out, and Captain Britain, so this should be a pretty interesting matchup. Let's go ahead and check out the defenses, see what we're going against today. In Stage 1, we had the Superior Knights team, so that's the Black Knight with the Superior 6 team. Stage 2, we have Hive Mind with the Sasquatch and a Dorm, so that's a pretty interesting twist right there. Stage 3, we had the Spider Society. Stage 4, we had the Black Order team with Mephisto, so that's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. In Stage 5, we have the X-Treme X-Men with Rogue and Old Man Logan. In Stage 6, we have the Darkhold, Quicksilver, and a Daken added into there. So we have some pretty interesting defenses on here. I'm going to try and go for some crazy moves on this one. So let's go ahead and get into it. For Stage 1, we're going to do a sack. I don't trust trying to take this team out in a one-shot considering the Black Knight and the Superior 6 is there. So we're going to go in with the Infinity Watch. Make sure that the abilities are pulled and the Black Knight is exhausted. Then we're going to go in for the actual hit on this one. So as far as damage goes, we're not really going to do anything. The goal of this hit is to pull all of the opening abilities, make sure the Black Knight is exhausted, and maybe we can try to pull the special from the Black Knight as well. Any bonus abilities that we pull, such as going to be the follow-up abilities, like the Green Goblin Classic Special, is just going to be a bonus. So I'm going to let this play out, then I'm going to come back with the actual hit. For the actual finish on this one, we're going to do the New Warriors with Apocalypse. Looking at the rest of the matches, I don't think I really need Apocalypse elsewhere, so I'm just going to pull him into this room so that way we can try to have a more efficient hit on this one. Because we were able to pull the Green Goblin Classic's Ultimate and Special, he's going to start with the Basic, which is perfect. Gwenpool's going to use the Special, and we were able to flip all those positive effects off of the Black Knight. For Firestar's turn, we're going to target the Spider Slayer and use the Ultimate. Deathpool's going to use the Special into the Spider Slayer, and that does end up killing the Doc Ock, and the ping kills the Spider Slayer. Cloak is going to use the Ultimate, and we were able to get blinds out there on the Green Goblin Classic. Apocalypse is going to use the Ultimate. Deathpool kills Craven, and we do the Falcon Punch on the Green Goblin Classic. This is very easy and very clean. For Stage 2, we're going to use our Masters of Evil, and we're adding in Northstar just to get rid of that Dorm Revive Once abilities. This should go fairly well. We should have the speed advantage and the control on this one. Titania will be going first in this matchup. We're going to start by using the ultimate into the Sasquatch, mainly just to get that disrupt on him. Kang is up. We end up using the ultimate here, mainly just to get that turn meter rewind, and we're able to kill that Sasquatch. Moonstone's going to use the special into the Void Knight, so we get the trauma stun on him for some nice control. Northstar, we end up using the ultimate that clears all those revive onces. Now here I do make a misplay. I end up using the special to pull those slows off of our team. We should have kept it on here because of those room rules. Titania's up again. We end up using the special into the dorm. Moonstone uses the ultimate and that finishes the match. So even with that slight misplay, we are still able to come out on top with a very efficient win. For stage 3, we're going to use our Secret Defenders and we're using Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is a great counter into that Spider Society team. If you haven't used this counter against them before, definitely give it a shot. Because of the amount of buffs that we end up spawning in with, the Spider-Man Noir will be going first here. For our side, Ms. Marvel Harlight now gets to go. We're going to target the Peter B. Parker and use the ultimate. The main reason is because of the Penny, Peter B. Parker, and the Spider-Man Pavitra. For Black Cat's turn, we're going to use that special to put the trauma stun on Peter B. Parker. For Ghost Rider Robbie, we're going to target the Penny and use the special. The main goal there is hopefully to try to get that ability block on her. For Photon's turn, we're going to target the Spider-Man Noir and use the special to get blinds out there. For Cosmic Ghost Rider's turn, we're going to use that special and that does end up putting a stun on the Penny. Ghost Rider Robbie's up, we're going to use that ultimate, and that does end up clearing the way. Now we have a very easy cleanup on the Peter B. Parker and the Ghost Spider. For stage 4, we're going to push our limits on the Illuminati team. I do have the big boy Captain Britain where he is the 1 diamond, so I'm really trying to push what this team is capable of doing. So we're going to try to do a one-shot on the Black Order with Mephisto in stage 4, so we're not going to have our ultimates to start with on this one. Black Panther Shuri will be going first here, and I do choose to use the special on the Proxima. I'm still trying to get used to Mephisto's kit on what we can and can't do, so technically I could have used the special to ability block Mephisto. I still think it's fine to go after the Proxima there with that. Hank Pym's up, now we're going to target the Mephisto. We're going to try to go mostly in on him, and try to do a couple splash damages to the Black Order team. So we use Hank Pym's special on that Mephisto. Captain Britain is up. We do end up using the ultimate to put the stun on the Thanos. Mr. Fantastic is up. We do end up using that ultimate. Black Bolt uses the special on the Thanos. And the Shuri targets the Thanos. So we do have to target the Thanos here on these hits because of that taunt. And here you can see the damage that's coming in from a lot of these assists onto that Thanos, and a lot of those is just from the basics. Captain Britain is back up. We do end up using that special onto the Thanos. Even though he's stunned, that's fine. We get some nice rebound chains into the Mephisto, and Thanos is already killed off here. For Mr. Fantastic, we do end up using the special to get that first stun on the Mephisto. From there, we're good to get another stun on him, and then we can really start controlling him. Black Panther Shuri's now up. We are going to end up using the ultimate on that Mephisto, and that does end up doing the splash damage to kill the Proxima. So we already have 2 Black Order members killed off here without really trying. Hank Pym is back up, we end up using the ultimate, and we are stuck on a taunt with the Cold Obsidian, so we're going to focus on him for a little bit now. Captain Britain ends up using that basic into the coal, that calls the assist in, and the Black Bolt burp, plus the striker hit, almost takes that Cold Obsidian out, so he should die here fairly quick. Now we're going to jump back over to the Mephisto. Black Bolt does end up doing the ultimate to get some nice AoE damage out there. And by nice, I mean it's kind of a pathetic burp that he ended up doing there. So here we were able to do another special into that Mephisto. Captain Britain does the special, so we get a stun on the Mephisto. So this one is going to end up sticking because of the previous stun got shrugged off. The Black Bolt burp did end up taking out the Ebony Maw. And you can really tell from this matchup, I didn't really sense that I had a threat of losing this really in any way. So I do think even if you have a smaller Captain Britain, this should still work just fine. For stage 5, this is going to be a very difficult attack. So we're going against the 3-piece X-Treme X-Men, we have Old Man Logan, and we have Rogue. Now a little bit of a spoiler is that this match does not go well for me. I'm coming in here with the Cabal, Vulture, and Archangel. I thought this would be perfectly fine, however it isn't. So I'm going to point out what the main issue with this attack is as opposed to doing a walkthrough on this one. So because of the heroes on the other side of the field, Vulture gets to go first. I target the Nightcrawler and use the special, however all of them have evades on them, so I don't get any crits, which means I don't get any speed ups. Nightcrawler ends up doing the special and ends up putting the stun on the Iron Patriot, who's one of the worst people that can get stunned in this matchup. Our Archangel ends up doing the ultimate, and then Rogue ends up doing the special into the Iron Patriot again. So they're tunneling down our Iron Patriot, the Old Man Logan starts to pop off, and the match is pretty much over. I do end up backing out on this one and going back in with a different team. I think I get 1 kill on this matchup, but it's pretty much not even worth keeping. So that's why I decided to back out and I tried different team comp here. For my second attempt, I end up dropping Vulture, mainly because they're going to have the evades anyways, so he's not going to do anything at the start of the match, where Archangel could. I'm going to try adding Dorm in here to give us some of that revive onces, to see if that does anything. Again, this one doesn't go well for me either, so we're going to see what happens here instead. So the enemy Nightcrawler will be going first. He ends up putting the stun on the Namor this time instead of the Iron Patriot. Archangel is up, we end up doing the ultimate into the Nightcrawler and we do get the crits. We are going to be getting that speed up now. However, the enemy Rogue ends up doing the special into our Iron Patriot to put the trauma and the ability block on him, and we're really not getting the momentum that we're needing to really push through this X-Treme X-Men team. The main thing that we need is we need a pre-taunt. I should have thought about that right away because of that Nightcrawler. So I do end up backing out of this one and we're going to give it one more try to see if we can actually clear this. So again, I'm going to let this one play out so you can see what happens. Maybe learn from my mistakes. But again, this one ends up going worse than the first attempt. So for the final team comp, we're going to use our Cabal with the Undying team. Zombie Juggernaut's going to be that pre-taunt, and he's not able to get stunned from that Nightcrawler. He's also able to go fast to where we can use the special right off the bat. We have Hela to have those Gregs, so that way when the Gregs get killed off, we're able to get some turn meter rewinds to the opponent and try to keep some momentum going. Hopefully this one works better for us. So the enemy Nightcrawler is going to end up doing the special, and it is going to end up targeting the Zombie Juggernaut, which is fantastic. He's not able to get stunned off of that. Zombie Juggernaut's up, we end up doing the special. We are able to get the slow on the Nightcrawler, and we peel those evades off. The old man Logan does end up doing the special, ends up killing a Greg, and that does end up doing enough of a turn rewind to where we get to go now. So Iron Patriot's going to target the old man Logan and use the special. Namor's going to end up using the ultimate targeted on the old man Logan, and that does end up taking one life away from him. Leader's up, we end up using the special into the rogue, and we are able to get the kill on her. Hela's up, we target the Nightcrawler who has the most debuffs, and we end up using the ultimate to spread those negative effects. Iron Patriot ends up doing the ultimate into the old man Logan, that ends up killing him and the Forge. Now we have a very easy cleanup on the Nightcrawler and Gambit. This counter worked much better than the previous ones. For stage 6, this is the Darkhold Quicksilver Daken room. Now, I was told if we use our typical counter into this team, take out 2099 and throw Emma or Cabal in there, that this will still work. So we're going to go ahead and give that a go. So because of the Emma, we are able to go first on this one. The Spider Weaver is going to use the ultimate into the Quicksilver to get that trauma stun on him. Nova's up, we end up targeting the Wong and use the special so we can get a stun on him. That means that we don't have to worry about any taunts coming into play now. Kestrel's up, we are going to target the Quicksilver and use the special. That does end up killing the Quicksilver, and the Daken is almost killed off from that. Emma's up, we end up using the special to get slow out there. That does end up hitting a defense down. The Kestrel ping kills the Daken. Ironman Infinity War uses the ultimate. Again, that ends up taking out the Wong. So now we just have to worry about the Morgan Le Fay and the Agatha. Kestrel ends up using the ultimate into the Morgan Le Fay and knocked her pretty low. Our Spider Weaver's up. We end up using the special on the Morgan Le Fay. I get some nice rebound chain going on. Nova ends up using the ultimate, and the match is pretty much over. So this counter does definitely work into this. And it does look like I ended up getting my redemption against Pathfinder. I was able to get the victory with a 48,987, and Pathfinder was unable to clear one of my rooms, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Pathfinder ended up getting a 41,420. So let's go ahead, check out the defenses, and see what exactly happened there. So for stage 1, I did end up doing that sack, then I followed that up with that New Warriors Apocalypse. In hindsight, I probably should have saved that Apocalypse and used that just on that stage 5 team, but that's neither here nor there. I ended up getting a 7965. For stage 2, the Masters of Evil with Northstar did really good into this Hive Mind Dorm Sasquatch team. This got me a 8368. For stage 3, the Secret Defenders with Cosmic Ghost Rider got me a 8367, so that's a very good efficiency score into that Spider Society team. For stage 4, I was testing that Illuminati against that Black Order with Mephisto. It definitely took a drain on my turn meter efficiency, but I was able to one-shot it, which is pretty impressive. This got me a 8354. For stage 5, I was definitely struggling with this one. Having the Old Man Logan with the X-Treme X-Men and Rogue is just a very strong team. So if you do end up seeing this and you take your Cabal in, make sure to bring that pre-taunt to protect yourself from that turn 1 stun from Nightcrawler. The Cabal with the Undying end up getting me a 75-67. For stage 6, it's definitely good to know that the typical counter into that Darkhold still works, you just have to make an adjustment. So if you know what you're doing, you're still able to get around that. This ended up getting me at 83-66. And for my defenses, for stage 1 I had the Darkhold Quicksilver Daken. My opponent initially tried the new Warriors, which didn't work. Then they went in with the Secret Defenders Cosmic Ghost Rider to clean that up. This got them a 79-63. And for stage 2, my opponent ended up using the Apocalypse, Red Hulk, Vulture, Emma. They added Wolverine in as the 5th. This was into my Super Skrull and Friends team. This got them at 83-68. For stage 3, my opponent ended up using the Cabal with Zombie Juggernaut and Zemo into my Old Man Logan X-Men team. This got them at 83-71. For stage 4, my opponent used their Illuminati into my Black Knight Spider Society team. This did work as a one-shot into stage 4, which is good to know. Overall, this got them at 83-58. For stage 5, my opponent ended up using their Masters of Evil and they added in Super Skrull. This was into my X-Treme X-Men with Rogue in stage 5. This got them at 83-60. For stage 6, I had my Superior 6 with Mephisto in here. My opponent tried to one-shot it with the Illuminati and it did not work. Because of that, they were not able to clear this room, so they got 0 points on this one. Overall, I was fairly happy with my performance during this matchup, except for that stage 5. I'm still kind of kicking myself over that one. If I would have lost that, then I would have actually lost this round. But because I did get the victory, I'm now 2-0 heading into that championship match. And hopefully in the future we can get that rubber match against Pathfinder. He's a great person, great content creator, so much love out to you, and I do hope that we can get that best out of 3 matchup. Now if you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm pushing for that 1,000, we just broke 900 and I'm very excited about that. My goal is to hit that 1,000 by August 9th, so hopefully we can end up hitting that goal. Now until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.